Welcome back. Cindy Dole here along with my friend Eric Stromer as we're broadcasting a very special edition of Home Wizards from the International Builder Show in Orlando, Florida. We're at the GE booth where we've been talking about a lot of the new appliances and things that you can expect to have or want to have in your kitchen and in your laundry room and in your life. And there's more to talk about because we had so much fun at the KB Home, the greenhouse of the future, where we met Boyce Thompson with Builder Magazine. And you so impressed us at that news conference and then later at the events to follow. So, Boyce, thanks for being here. We want you to share. We want you to share your insight that you spoke of in terms of what is going on, the status of being green right now, and what the industry is expecting, and how things are evolving.
Yeah, I don't think green building is a fad. I think it's with us. It's here to stay. A lot more builders are doing green, and in particular, they're doing the energy conservation part of green because it makes a lot of sense to buy a new home that's as energy efficient as possible. It's a great selling point for builders because they can compete against resale homes that aren't nearly as energy efficient.
You know, I heard you guys talking back at the Builders Home when we first met you about we're having this sensibility about looking at homes in terms of miles per gallon on a car. We're now looking at energy efficiency sort of as it applies to homes that we build. Do you feel like we're starting to get the message as consumers that this is an imperative thing that we do to create a better future for
Well, the
us?
big thing is going to be a rating scale. So a lot of builders are now using something called the HERS scale. And a net zero energy house, which we built, so the house produces as much energy as it consumes. It's 0 on the HERS scale.
Not his, but hers.
Hers, not like the hers and her his and her closets. It's just the hers.
I love that.
All right. So like your typical home's probably 100, and you can get down to you meet energy codes and get down to 75. But we got all the way to 0, and the last quarter mile is the hardest part. So there was some investment that was made in, more PV photovoltaics on the roof and a tighter frame in order to get to net zero. But it was pretty exciting.
And so what's the strategy to get everyone to realize that this is affordable and now easily integratable in our building practices? Yeah,
well, that was one of the reasons we built the house, because we did something like this 7 or 8 years ago, and that was on a $3 million house, and we had to spend almost $500,000 to get it to net zero. Totally impractical unless you're building a custom home and you really care about these things. But now we're seeing that more production builders are able to do this. So in the case of KB Home, this is a big national builder, 5th largest builder in America. They could build a $380,000 house that you'd find, in a master plan community all over the United States. $380,000.
That's amazing.
And only $70,000 was an upgrade to get to zero energy. So if you finance that, at 5%. That's like $350 a month, and that's what you'd pay for your electricity on a, like a 4-year-old house here in Florida.
And you're really giving consumers a sense from this KB Home and other things that we're going to be learning from, almost a laboratory experience, right? It's an opportunity to realize that there are ways that we can do this, whether it's small steps or big steps, and.
Yeah, we figure that there are a lot of little pieces to this house that people will pick up and try to put into their next house. And we not only run buses out to the house during the show, but it's the centerpiece of our January issue of Builder, which actually you can watch by downloading the Builder app in the Apple iStore. You could actually get Builder Magazine and see it, or else we have a whole website that's dedicated to it. So you guys came out and saw the real version of the house. We actually build a virtual house as well.
Oh, that's great.
And you can roll through the house. It's like you're an avatar walking through this imaginary house, and you can reconfigure the closet space. You can change the room configurations in some cases. You can change the color scheme, and all along the way there are videos that you can watch, and you can dig deeper into the wall sections and see how the concrete block was put in, and it's really a fun thing, and we had more than 100,000 people visit our last virtual home experience. So
are you encouraged? Are you encouraged that this green movement is helping people? Not only builders but consumers have a chance to improve their home and also save some money and feel like they're improving their space without just breaking the bank.
Yeah, a lot of builders kind of don't want to do the green thing because they don't think that people will pay for it.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that the builders haven't demonstrated what it's like to live a green lifestyle, because many of them don't know. I mean, I doubt whether many builders compost or grow their own vegetables or go get oregano from their own garden.
Eric does.
Well, yeah. Hey,
I do.
Can you speak to
You do?
Can you speak to this idea that I thought was really interesting also, which is this greenwashing notion where you kind of get misinformation about what it really means to be green, and
Kind of a scam.
and then what is legitimate green, and how you discern the difference as a consumer.
Well, the other side of that is it's all good.
Right.
Because if someone's making an effort to use recycled product, if they're making an effort to do a more energy conserving product, that's good.
Yep.
They should be rewarded. Now, that bigger question is, should it all be green? And probably not. So you need to look for third-party endorsements, and you need to do your homework and figure out which ones mean more than others.
And so what are the certifications that you would
Well, in this
recommend?
case, the toughest certification process is run by the U.S. Green Building Council. It's called LEED for Homes, and in our case, we reached the highest level of LEED. We reached LEED Platinum, which is that's the gold standard.
It's a lifetime membership, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, what's your website so people can check out?
Yeah, you can go to Builder Concept Home 2011, and you can do a virtual tour. It'll
Love
be
it.
just like you're there.
All right, thank you very much, Boyce Thompson. Let's segue now to our other guest who's here.